Alright, so I'd like to start off by saying that the content contained in my speech is for general informational and educational purposes and mature audiences only. No part of this speech may be reproduced or discussed without the express written consent of Eric. I did have a chat with Eric's mom, but she said it was okay. Well, parts of it are okay. My wife Danielle has proofread this speech. So if you consider the material inappropriate, it's my fault. I love my wife.
Good try.
I claim no responsibility for the previous disclaimer nor the following content. It's with great pleasure that I stand before you today as Eric's best man. For those that don't know me, that's okay, you're not an important guest. Mike Savello, and Eric was the best man at my wedding. And for those that do know me, you might be thinking I've got my work cut out for me to deliver a best man speech better than the best man speech that Eric gave at my wedding, which is a speech that people still talk about to this day. I ask that you lower your expectations for me today. Before I start off my speech, there are a few comments quite important to mention. For starters, let's give a tremendous thank you to those very important people who made today possible. To James and Ruth for an absolutely outstanding day and party today. Let's hear it for them. And a special shout out goes to the unbelievably beautiful bride and bridesmaids and strikingly good looking maid of honor who are absolutely stunning today. I suppose I should also mention the groomsmen. Check. To two people that make today extra exciting. People I hope you each have an opportunity to get their attention and talk to today, express your feelings, and maybe even find the opportunity to pour your heart out. To Jen and Agnes, the bar staff. And of course, to the bride and groom. Two people, that here today is symbolic of unity and love. I'm sure you can say with a smile today that you officially combine your life with Eric and take a life of partnership, love, and of course, endless passion. And I'm certain you are now able to say from the bottom of your heart that you have found the love of your life, and you are now complete. To put it another way, Eric, you are finished. So right now, I would like to ask both Eric and Becca to take part in my speech. Becca, will you please place your hands on the table? And Eric, if you can please place your hands on top of Becca's. And hold it there so she can't move it. I ask that you both keep your hands in this position until the end of my speech, okay? Eric, regret if you don't do this, okay? With that said, I prepared a speech today that, like Eric, short and sweet. She requested that I remove the 30 minutes of detail I wrote about the bachelor party incidents. Girl, by the way, I've been told I can't share anything in detail that makes Eric look tarnished in any way. So ladies and gentlemen, this will be brief. Instead of getting the details, I did get the okay to provide an official summary recap. If you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Recap. Guys, I wouldn't worry as I'm talking. I consider the Las Vegas recap like a mini skirt. It's short enough to capture your attention, but long enough to cover the essentials. So here's the summary. city of Las Vegas summons Eric Lacy on the short Here it is. Okay, reported injuries. 0. Number in party finding themselves face down on the hood of a police car. 3. None were arrested. New tattoos as a result of the bachelor party. 0. And I can say with relief that all parties involved somehow made it out alive, and most pictures have been deleted. I consider that a success. What do you say? I have experience as a married man for the last 5 years, and it might suggest that I am qualified enough to hand out marriage advice.
Not.
So my counsel is strongly advised against it. I guess there is a difference between experience and wisdom. Therefore, I'm not going to give you advice today. And my wife is sitting right over there. Instead, I'd like to stick to absolute facts and observations. The first is that women are meant to be loved, not understood. That's a fact. And I've observed that behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes. There comes a time in a man's life when he meets someone very special. Someone whom he loves, someone who motivates him, challenges him, understands him, cares for him, and someone who he can grow older with, learn from, and cherish for a lifetime. That moment came for Eric 18 years ago when he met me. I met Eric in high school, and over the years of knowing him, he's been through ups and downs, both physically and emotionally, but the one thing that stayed constant was his humor, his humility, his perseverance, and too small, the pool house and the hot tub in his parents' backyard. Let's try. Becca, you look sensational today. One more time, holler, shout, and clap if you agree with me that today marks yet another day, another strikingly beautiful, caring, loving single woman is now off the singles market. Let's hear it. Your delightful personality, your amazing smile, your fun-loving nature, and your endless love for Eric are just some of the many reasons why Eric should consider himself one of the luckiest men in the world.
Yeah, you heard.
And as the saying goes, placing him among kings beside his queen. Now, Eric, great suit today. For the ladies in the room, I now invite you to hoot, holler, clap, and shout, because doesn't Becca look amazing today? A lot went into planning this wedding, from the dress, the cake, the photographer, to the flasks inside the groomsman's jacket. The A-list, the B-list, Ben, you can see here. But what you were really planning is a marriage. I'd like to share something special with you that my uncle, God rest his soul, gave me on my wedding day. He took out of his pocket a $1 bill with a whiff of martini stench radiating from his breath. He took the $1 bill and he ripped it in half. And he said, without the other half, it's worth nothing. So I thought I'd share with you some Italian advice for you. I hope you appreciate that today. I'd like to give Becca some information about Eric. I'm sure you know Eric very well, Becca, but I also know him very well. So I want to remind you of the man that you are marrying today, how significant today is. Eric is a man who will treat you right and always stand by your side. A man who will be honest and true to you and shower you with compliments. A man who will comfort you in times of trouble, genuinely place concern over you without you even knowing. A man who will guide you forward but let you lead. And a man who will make you laugh until your cheeks hurt. Most of you know that Eric had a very unique high school experience. I choose the word unique because he pressed on during tough times with his leg condition, and where others would have folded their cards. He prevailed where others would have failed. He spent much of his early years in a wheelchair, but what was more intriguing and inspiring to many of us in the room, and especially to me, is that because of his character and who he was, well beyond his accomplishment of healing, was the reason that upon walking to get your high school diploma, Eric, you received the only standing ovation by the entire graduating class of the 1998 De La Salle Spartans. Many of you back there brings back a lot of memories for me. I was fortunate enough to co-lead with you the announcements of the school news each day over the loudspeaker from the principal's office that echoed through the halls and reached every single classroom on campus. Eric and I were considered the voice of the Spartans. Probably the most fun was intentionally distracting each other while the other person was reading by slapping the face or a hit to the groin. Still a little traumatized about that. I, among many people, look forward to simply hanging out with Eric. To many respects, he led an army of his friends. He hosted New Year's Eve parties at his house, and it became a tradition for so many people. So much so that as the years went on, people would assume another New Year's Eve party at Eric's house. And one year I think Eric tried not to throw a New Year's Eve party, but it didn't work because we were coming regardless of getting invited or not. So I can't make a speech about Eric without mentioning poker and horse racing, so there you go. I'm certainly not qualified or known as a wise man, but on a boat in Lake Tahoe I had front row seats to see a wise man, Eric, get down on one knee and say the utmost and profound, masterful delivery of his feelings to Becca. He said, and I quote, "Baby, it's time." Yes. Now, in case you're wondering why I asked Eric to place his hand on top of Becca's, I will tell you now. Okay. As your best man, Eric, it is with great pleasure that I have been able to give you the last 10 minutes in which you will ever have the upper hand. Once today is through, be prepared for people giving you marriage advice and life advice. As you come across these people sharing their opinions with you, here's a bit of perspective. Opinions are like an armpit. Everyone's got one, but most of them stink. Just remember, a happy wife is a happy life. I have 3 toasts to offer. For my first toast, let's raise our glasses. They joke that a woman finds a man for exactly who he is and spends her life trying to change him. So let's raise our glasses and take one last look at the groom. For my second toast, let's keep our glasses high. Cheers to love, laughter, and happily ever after. May your love be modern enough to survive the times, but old-fashioned enough to last forever. Eric, I'm honored to be your best man. We're friends. Our friends will ever be friends. Even at one point, we lived together, rented a house, we had George Foreman grills, we had parties.
Yeah, burnt.
But most of all, you're someone I consider a brother. And although I enjoy the honor today of being your best man, I'm just a good guy standing before the real best man. And in fact, it was I standing among the king today, and I am most proud. So cheers to you, Eric. Lastly, as my final toast, I invite everyone to stand, but leave your glasses on the table. For for yet another milestone celebration, as my final toast, let's give Eric and Becca their standing ovation. Party, enjoy, have fun, dance and drink, and most importantly, let it get weird.